ladies and gents. How are we all doing? Happy Sunday. Jolly nice to see you. I hope you're all having a lovely weekend. I'm very, very happy to be having a nice long weekend. Because I've got tomorrow off as well, which is going to be really nice. So today, you get an extra stream. Happy days. So yeah. We got to a point yesterday where we had finished the garden and talking with Sapadel, our patron god, and Sapadel opened a portal to transport us all the way back to Paradise. Paradise has been, I don't know whether infiltrated is the right word, laid to siege, I guess would be the better word for it, by the Steel Garrote, and by extension the Empire of Adir, our empire, the place where we come from. We've had lots of long chats with our companions. They're with us all the way, no matter what. So I guess we'll see what unfolds. We've encountered a couple of friends that we've met along the way. They are all there in Paradise. Had a brief chat with a couple of people. We are going to be chatting quite a lot to other people before we get to the quest part. And then I guess we see what unfolds. The siege of Paradise needs to be broken one way or another. And I don't know if you've been paying any kind of close attention to this. Our character is very much a product of the Empire, but since coming to the Living Lands, he's tried to, as an envoy, to not only try and end the Dream Scourge, but also be kind to the indigenous people, or the people that have settled in the Living Lands. So you can probably tell which way I'm going to lean. So I hope you're all sitting comfortably and ready for the end to the adventure. Incidentally, the poll has been finished for our next game, and our next game is going to be Styx, Shards of Darkness. We take control of Styx, an assassin goblin, which I'm very much looking forward to. Let me just type something. If I can spell. Give me 1 second. Let me post that, and boom. There we go. So, here we go. Continue. Do apologise for the delay. Okay, let's get in, shall we? Okay, we have companions that need to chat. We have ability points that we need to do for ourselves. Rate of fire. Ring of fire is... Okay. Meteor shower. Okay, let's give meteor shower a try. Why not? The Siege of Paradise. The Steel Garrote have laid siege to Paradise. Someone needs to end fighting one way or another. Speak with the leaders of the Living Lands. Some of the local authorities from the Living Lands made camp outside of the city. They might know more about the situation. We have no more side quests. We have no more companion quests. Oh, the forged thing. Oh, we didn't do that. Balls. Oh no. I don't know whether we can... You cannot fast travel from your current area.
Oh, Giada, your weird device thing was making a noise left.
Hold on a minute. No! Oh no. Well, balls. I guess that's one quest that we won't be doing. Never mind. Okay. I completely forgot about that. Damn. Oh well. Any upgrades? Magic Mistol. Grasswood Branch. Can't do any. Well, that sucks. Yeah. Oopsie daisy. Never mind. Can't be helped. Is there anything we can enchant? No.
Yardsley, why did I wake
Cooking.
up to smell perfume in my bedroll this morning?
Don't tease,
Yeah.
darling. We both know why.
No one else has complained about my smell.
I was attempting a more subtle approach.
Spraying strong perfume on my stuff isn't subtle.
Oh, is it too strong? I'll try another batch. Perhaps that'll be more to your liking.
Right, that won't be necessary.
Okay.
Oh, trust me. It's necessary.
There you are, Envoy. You ready for this?
I don't think anyone can be ready for a situation like this.
You're probably right. I guess it helps we have a god on our side, right? I mean, a god beats a skeleton knight any day. This is just cleanup. Just figuring out who controls the living lands from here out.
Right. This is just politics. We still have a lot to do here.
You have a lot to do. I just need to survive and make sure you live through this. Anyway, you should get some rest. Oh, if you need to rehearse any speeches or whatever, make sure you do it in front of someone else.
But I have a really good one about the founding of Solace.
I promise you I've heard it. Talk to you later, Envoy. Mother's tongue is the best treatment for snag itch, if you ask me.
I didn't ask.
Snag
but
itch.
I'm glad you know so much about what to do with your mother's tongue.
Oh dear, someone must have asked. And snag itch is perfectly natural, I'm sure, and nothing to be ashamed of.
Yeah, you may laugh, but you wait until you're...
So, here we are. The first and last battle for the living lands.
We can only hope it's the last.
Try praying instead of just hoping. That might work better for you. Metaphysically, the battle is already over. Sapadal is free, and the Dream Scourge is gone. But politically, we have a small mess to tidy up.
We have unfinished business with the Steel Garrote.
I intend to send a message to the Steel Garrote, and it won't be subtle. Anyway, who knows what tomorrow will bring, so let's be grateful for today. You've earned a little peace of mind.
I'd settle for one dreamless night under the stars.
Get some rest then. Let me take the first watch. Besides, I need to tinker on the phantasmal focus. Make sure it's ready for war. Don't stay up too late.
Let's talk about the battle.
Go on then. I'm listening.
Okay.
Pleasant dreams.
She still wants to natter. And so does... Kai, I think?
You know,
Oh, Marius wants to talk still.
I had a
Okay.
love...
We should take a moment to acknowledge what happened back there. You liberated the god of the living lands. Now they are unchained, free to do whatever they want. That's quite a gamble you made.
Keeping Sepidal trapped wasn't good for the island.
No doubt it would have gotten worse over time. If not for you, Sapadal would still be pacing their cage like a wild animal. Which means you have leverage over a god. How do you plan on using it?
I don't think about my relationship with Sepidal that way.
You're probably better off then. Sapadal's imprisonment shaped this island. Now that everything's changed, I'm curious what will happen. We cannot know if the living lands will normalize or destabilize as a result of our actions.
I hate to imagine what an unstable living lands looks like.
Emerald Stair was bad enough. I don't want to think about how bad it can get. Maybe you'll find some comfort in prayer, now that one of the gods is listening. I hope you don't mind me bringing it up. The subject matter is a bit much for our little camp.
We've been through a lot together, haven't we?
We're not finished yet. For that, I'm grateful. I want you to know this has been an unforgettable experience. Wherever we go from here, I'm grateful to have been a part of it. Until next time. You too. Marius,
And
what do you know
Marius,
about snake bites?
you're
All there is
done.
to know. What bit you?
I don't know. It just slithered out of my bedroll.
Listen to me. Just say the word.
Okay, you're ready.
We really must stop meeting like this. People will talk.
Okay.
Tired already, envoy? Well, I'll see you in the morning.
Okay. Let's take Giata and Kai. Okay. I think there are more people that I want to talk to around here.
I could go with you.
And get yourself run through with a steel garrote longsword? No way.
I might not be able to fight, but I can keep you on your feet.
Exactly. You can't fight. So just stay.
How's Casagrada? Nobody's taking Paradis today. Not on my...
The steel garrote would see all of us burn. If I go first and distract them... this is a
Casagrada.
bad idea.
Damn. So many dead already.
If you're wounded, find a place to lie down. Someone will get to you before you bleed out. If I seem distracted, I apologize. I'm tending to the fallen, as you can see.
Just let me know if you need
Believe
anything.
it or not, we have more than enough supplies. The Claviger knew this day might come. Unfortunately, my hands are full with the dying and the dead, and there's too many of both. If I don't get any sleep, I might be the next casualty.
Take a break. You're no good to anyone exhausted.
I suppose I've earned a couple of winks. You look like you could use a few. The next time we see each other, I just hope the fighting's done.
Relaxation.
Excuse me, envoy. I have a lot of work ahead of me.
If we make it out of this, I'm going on vacation.
Wow. Feels like everyone's here now.
Captain Wimgar.
Envoy, didn't think I'd be seeing you again. From one battlefield to another, eh? Dream thralls and now this. Ludwig's a loose cannon. The steel garrote don't answer to anyone but her. This place won't be safe for adherents for decades, even if she wins. Gods help us all.
I guess we go up then. Who's up here? Pargrunen.
Trust your comrades, and you will lead each other to victory. Strike like you mean
Petru.
it. Good. All together now.
Okay. Off we go then.
Yeah.
Envoy? Is it really you? Mihala told us you went into some place called the Garden to seek a god?
When you didn't return, we took you for dead.
What did you see there? The god you felt in Makutadek?
It's too preposterous to believe. How could a plague be ended by speaking with a god?
Everyone, please, please. We could get to the bottom of this if you would only let them speak.
It's been weeks, Envoy. What happened?
I met the god of the living lands and freed them. It's true. It's also true that I discharged my duty to the Emperor and ended the Dream Scourge. Yeah.
Finally, a ray of sunlight shines through the storm cloud.
I will not grovel at the envoy's feet for solving a plague I am not convinced was real.
Consider yourself blessed to be so ignorant, then. Thirdborn lost more good people than wardens with wits.
You know nothing of me or my people, you fucking pirate!
Warden Commander, look around you. Is this really the time?
We believe the Dream Scourge was a malady of the soul. How did you put an end to it, Envoy?
I met the god of the living lands and freed them.
Sapadal was responsible for the Dream Scourge. Their rage, their confusion, their fear.
So you say. But Shatterscarp is still littered with dream thralls, and Temerty is still pacing her room, muttering in the dark.
There won't be any new infections. We've put a stop to that for good. Unfortunately, there's little we can do for those already in the grip of the Dream Scourge. We can give them comfort, nothing more. This will be a process. The Dream Scourge was never going to simply go away overnight.
I suppose it stands to reason. I found that a quick fix is often anything but. What of this god, then? What does it mean that you freed them?
Sapadal is the god of the godless and the god of the living lands. Wodaka imprisoned Sapadal in the garden and I let them out. God of the godless and the god of the living lands.
Ludwig had intimated that this land grew a new god. But how can that be?
Giata and I have some theories about the nature of the Adra in the living lands.
I'd say we're past the point of theorizing.
If the Adra here is a closed system, like a terrarium for our souls, then a gradual accumulation of essence could coalesce into a being in the beyond.
Much like the formation of gemstones. All it takes is time and the right application of pressure.
Wodaka no doubt saw Sapadal as a threat to her authority. So, she killed the godless and imprisoned their god.
I assume it is this god we have to thank for the roots tearing apart Paradise? They erupted from the earth the moment those bastards stood up their first siege tower.
Nakutedek was raven with those things, not to mention what they did to the land.
Similar roots had infected the structures at Naku Kubel. If they and the Dream Scourge were really the work of a god, and the gods thought it best to imprison this god, how could you let such a creature go free?
I could no more leave a young god to rot in a cage than I could a kissed child. Sapadab was afraid of an Endearing invasion and Wodika's return. It didn't mean to hurt us. Yes.
For now. Who's to say they don't get their feathers in a ruff again and wipe us all out with a tsunami?
It was Adir's arrival that disturbed Sapadal. We'll have nothing to fear from this god once we expel you from our lands.
Having Sapadal at our beck and call might be to our advantage. I'd like to see Rawatai try to stand toe-to-toe against a god.
Keeping watch over Sapadal was a sacred task Nandru gave us when he left. For that reason alone, my wardens owe them their allegiance.
Well, whatever happens, I suppose we can't put the godling back in the bottle now. But come, we have more pressing matters to attend to. The Steel Garrote have attacked Paradise. Inquisitor Ludwine has already joined the battle. She must have traveled like the wind to get here so fast.
What did you know about this attack, Ambassador?
Well, you might not believe me, but I didn't want any of this to happen. It was Ludwine who called for the attack.
I didn't hear an answer, Ambassador.
She and her Steel Garrote laid siege to the city, shortly after you beat her to the garden.
I distinctly remember killing Ludwine on top of Mount Fjordur.
You did. I kicked her corpse when you weren't looking. Just to be sure.
Well, she's seen better days, but you wouldn't know it judging by how she fights.
Ludwine's run through the militia like a whirlwind.
All right, let's keep the similes to ourselves.
She's going to try and kill me again, isn't she?
Regrettably, she's not in the business of making exceptions for people she deems Oathbreaker. So long as her passion for Wodika lives, so too will her spirit.
Then we destroy her faith, and the rest of her will follow. I have a theory about this. Let's talk at camp if you want to hear it. But I think we can kill her.
Oh, good. That will be easy.
It is not, I think, impossible.
Enough of this yammering. I have to go help her. No. We're going to stop her.
I couldn't agree more. Ludwine has sent a message to the Emperor informing him of her attack. He will send advisors and reinforcements swiftly in response. What will his representatives find when they arrive? A new colony? A budding grave room? Before you face Ludwine, you should know what you're fighting for. All of you must decide, together. But whatever you decide, understand, the days of the frontier are done. Adir will come. Indeed, we are already here.
Why are you and I involved in this decision, Hildgard?
Ah, I know why.
You have seen more of this land and met more of its people than any of us. Your opinion is informed. You were empowered by the Emperor himself to investigate an impossible problem. And against the odds, you solved it. You are the close personal friend of a rogue god. And in our dealings together, I found you to be a person of substance and conviction. But mostly, it's because you're a Diran, so I trust you. And these fine people here are going to do whatever they like if they don't agree with you anyway.
Not familiar with a grave room. How does that work?
The Living Lands would retain its own laws under a grave appointed by the Emperor. The grave would be expected to promote and develop the Living Lands to our mutual benefit. They would divide the island into administrative districts and see them governed by mayors appointed from the local communities. The island would provide tribute in the form of resources and taxes, and in times of war, soldiers. The Empire, I should note, is nearly always at war. In return, the Living Lands would enter Adir's sphere of influence, and should outside nations attempt to invade, we would come to the Grave Room's aid.
Who would be our grave? Hold on. I assume the assembled leaders have thoughts.
We give up our fighters and the wealth of our lands, and get promises in return. But we have wealth enough to give some away, if it means my wardens may return to their vigil in peace.
A grave room wouldn't be my first choice, but we're going to need a hand with all the dream thralls left in Shatterscarp. So if the Emperor's willing to pitch in, then I guess so am I.
With the Dream Scourge ended, my people can soon return to Fjord. If a renewed animancy could easily feed the island, I suppose we could send Adir what's left. But when lean times come, who will we feed first? Ourselves or the Empire?
What do you think, companions?
Tribute, he says. Taxes, soldiers. The Empire has tried it all before. Look to the Eastern Reach if you don't believe me. They want to bleed us dry, to fill their coffers and fight their wars, to break us like wild animals. But I will not bend.
It's still a gamble, but I think it's the safest bet. We'd get the benefits of Imperial trade and protection without losing all of what makes this place special. There's no way of knowing what it would mean in another generation or two. But right now, it gives us the security and stability to recover.
We were fine before Adir showed up, and we'll be fine when they're gone. Trust the lands and her people, Envoy.
If we give Adir power over us, we can't be surprised if they decide to flex it later.
Okay. Sapodal.
Subtle, pernicious, cut the rot, yet the disease remains. Safety among spiders. A web gleaming with dew. They weave, they wait.
Who would be our grave? It's clear that Sapodal doesn't want anything to do with Adir.
Naturally, that would be the Emperor's decision. But I suspect he would choose you. Only the strong survive the frontier. I used to believe that was Ludwig. But you were born to rule here. Quite literally.
I don't want to rule anybody.
Have some faith in yourself, Envoy. You'd grow into the role in time.
Other possibilities.
Of course.
How about a colony?
The Living Lands would become an extension of the Adiran Empire in leadership and law. Soldiers bearing the flag of Adir would be garrisoned in every town. They would be paid in Adiran shelling and speak only the Adiran language. Their roads would be smooth Adiran roads. Their medicine would be hygienic Adiran medicine. And their weapons would be efficient Adiran weapons. Our customs would become their customs. Our strengths would become their strengths. Our emperor would become their emperor. Turned toward a common purpose. No one, not Rauatai, not the Valian republics, not even a rogue god, would dare attack the Living Lands. This island would be safe for the first time in its history, and safe it would remain.
Assembled leaders.
The traditions of Solus are what give my wardens their strength. Without them, we would buckle under the weight of the tusks. I would sooner walk my people into the acid sea than trust an Adiran to hold me up.
The only threat I see on the horizon comes from Adir itself. You want me to thank this thief for protecting me from my purse? They can't offer us anything we don't already have.
Under Adiran rule, your countrymen would strip my people of everything that makes them unique, all in the name of spiritual hygiene. I cannot betray them like that.
He would suppress our culture before it's had a chance to grow. Everything my people cultivated would be reduced to a footnote. If you have any love for this land, do not allow him to overwrite our history.
Rauatai built its empire from colonies like this. Many have become centers of culture and prosperity, backed by the protection of a strong navy. Of course, it can take decades to get there. And this road isn't an easy one. But Adir won't be the only empire eyeing this place. A formal agreement now could protect us from something worse later.
It shall be peaceful in that all dissenters will be silenced. So there's that.
Living Lands is a lot of things, but it will never be Adir, no matter how hard Adir wants it to be. Adir should turn back now and save everyone a bunch of blessed day trouble.
The Adder's promise. Flip our feathers as we find our wings. The deed binds as the wire binds. To drown us, why were we set free?
Of course.
United Living Lands.
Oh, Envoy, no. Do not suggest that lightly. Think of the Emperor. There would be reprisals. Ones which this conclave could not survive, fractured as you are. Not unless you came together and formed a nation of your own. It would be difficult. No, impossible. I'm certain you would fail. Think of your people, all of you. Think of the lives at stake.
Leaders.
Though I'm hardly eager to work with any of you. I like the idea of twisting beneath Adir's boot heel, even less. So long as the Wardens can continue our vigil, I'm open to uniting, if you are.
Thirdborn alone couldn't stand against the storm. But the might of all of us, together, we could deter any but the most fearsome adversaries. And that's what cannons are for.
With the Envoy's support, we'd have a god in our pocket. What could the Empire do to stop us? When my people return to Fjord, we could create such miracles of animancy, the Living Lands would become the breadbasket of the world.
We deserve our autonomy, even if we must fight for it. Anything less would be surrender.
Fleeing someone else's laws and authority is one thing, setting up your own is another. We're an island of misfits and dissidents. We'll still have to surrender some of our autonomy, and we won't agree on what that means overnight. We'll be vulnerable. Without allies, other powers will see us as ripe for the picking. Know that this is a hard road to walk.
We were fine before Adir came. We'll be fine when they're gone.
I think we ran things perfectly fine before your kin got here.
Sapodel.
Risk into bounty. Does the winter frost dissuade the seeds? Many fruits on our boughs. We graft many leaves into strength.
Well, let's not twiddle our thumbs while Paradis burns.
Oh. So, do we go for a grave room? Or a United Living Lands? Or do we go with what the leaders want? Hello, Arizara. How you doing, lady? It's nice to see you. Four. The leaders of the Living Lands will vote and I will accept what they decide.
Envoy, be reasonable. This is not a good idea. Give these people an ounce of agency, and there's no telling what they'll do.
Nevertheless, it's what must be done.
Wodaka, have mercy on my soul. Well, what will the illustrious leaders of the Living Lands decide?
So this is what I want. I would prefer we keep to ourselves as we have, but if it will take all of us to repel your people, a United Living Lands it is.
Thirdborn can't clean up Shatterscarp alone. I'll take the Emperor's soldiers. And in exchange, a grave room.
Standing tall together, the Living Lands could be the envy of the world. I am for a united Living Lands.
Well, it's hardly unanimous, but the majority shall rule. This shall be a united Living Lands.
We deserve this opportunity. Thank you for believing in us.
Fighting a battle together is easy. I just hope everyone's willing to stick it out when it comes to the politics.
God, they made the right decision for once.
Finally, some sense permeates the proceedings.
On your head be the consequences. That leaves the matter of Ludwine and the Steel Garrote. She will never surrender, Envoy. You must kill her, or we will lose Paradis, and eventually the island.
I will defend Paradise for my life, even if it means the wheel.
The Living Lands will never be free until we break the chain around our necks. Ludwine must die her final death.
She better say her goodbyes while she can.
I'm proud to fight at your side, Envoy. One last time.
Let's get to work then. We've got a walking corpse to bury.
The Paradis militia will be at your back. Give her no quarter. The future waits for you.
I like that he's still supporting us, no matter the fact that he's an Adirian ambassador. Thank you all for trusting me.
Thank you for deserving it. Now, go and teach the Steel Garrote a lesson they will never forget.
Show them that the Living Lands will not be broken across Vodka's knee.
We will send reinforcements to help you reclaim the Eastern Gate. From there, work your way to the main plaza.
When did you become a military strategist? Hello, Hyperboxing. How you doing, mate? It's good to see you.
Let's just say this is not my first brush with a tyrannical authority, though. I pray it is my last. May all the gods of Eora and the living lands protect you.
Let's take back the city together. Show the Steel Garrote how the living lands takes care of its own.
Time to stop the Steel Garrote. Lead the way, envoy.
Okay. We are going to do a quick camp because we've got two people that want to have a little chat with us. And I suspect that this will probably be the final time. We've made all of the recipes that we can. Okay.
Can't sleep? Neither can I. We're going into battle for the soul of the living lands, rallying under the banners of the Paradise Militia. Your Emperor will not be pleased.
I have influence in court. My report on the living lands will change minds.
Political influence is dangerous. If you aren't careful, it can turn against you. When a godlike fights in battle, people take note of which side. The Adirans will doubt your loyalty. The locals will doubt your commitment. You may even doubt yourself. This is the first time you were told to pick a side. And I fear it won't be the last.
The living lands accepted me for who I am. I can't forget that.
All we ask in return is that you do the same for us. From what I understand, your ambassador is very persuasive, very powerful, and very accustomed to getting his way. For a politician like him, losing a battle is not a defeat. It's an opportunity. When he promises you the world, don't listen. He'll fill your head with lies if you let him.
Thanks for the warning.
I'm glad we understand each other. It's good to see you fighting for the misfits and rabble-rousers. Time for you to get some rest. We have a big day ahead of us.
I am a misfit and a rabble-rouser. How do you feel about the future?
When I agreed to travel with you, I didn't think I'd find myself at the center of a political upheaval. So imagine my surprise when you gave the living lands a chance to unite, to prove itself, and to stand tall before its enemies. Granted, it was an uphill climb. The Dream Scourge exposed our weaknesses, our vulnerabilities. But thanks to our struggle, the island finally knows itself. Now we can decide who we want to become. I can't wait to see what we do with that freedom.
Neither can I.
But to answer your question, the future looks bright for a change.
Okay.
Until next time. I can't wait to give the Steel Garrote a piece of my mind. The reckoning is long overdue.
Marius?
You should get some sleep. Big day coming up.
I see you're still up.
Right. Things feel different now. Wrong, somehow. I've been in a lot of dangerous situations, but it's always been a fight to survive. It's just a fight. Putting my life on the line for someone else's cause. It's the opposite of survival. It's foolishness.
You've been fighting for my cause all this time. Why is this different?
You helped me through some rough Sokka, Envoy. Your cause became my cause at that point. We're about to go out there and risk our lives for, what? A concept of how things ought to be? We might die, all to determine who sleeps in the nicest house in Paradise until the island decides it's time for a change. It's fine. Really. But it's some blessed day Sokka when you think about it.
I'm glad you're with me, Marius.
Right. Careful you don't get stuck in all that sap. I'll be all right, Envoy. You go get some blessed day rest.
So, the Living Lands is... After everything we've been through, I won't let you down.
Okay, let's go. He does have some good healing abilities. I wonder if all of them are going to turn up. Benny Final Bean. It's finally final. Let's go. Well.
It's no use. We're overrun. Go on.
We make a good scrub.
Hey!
We shall
Record.
tear your enemies apart.
Good lad. The end is in sight indeed. Swashbuckler.
They're coming! You shouldn't be here! Stop right there! One for you!
I do like having my little skeletal minions. They're
Good
great.
shooting, Kai.
Now, make the Inquisition proud!
Coming from your right!
Well struck! Behind you!
Another down.
Quick as a fox!
They won't get past me! Watch the left!
How you doing, Lord Elston? Lord Elston? Sorry. Good to see you, man.
Foolishness.
It's okay, man.
We've got company.
Tell me what
Stop right there.
Nice shot!
Another soul for the wheel.
So you say. Run while you can.
I got it. Not bad, boy.
Go ahead. I'll hang back and watch the game.
Doing great. How's yourself? I'm doing good, thank you, man. It's been a very nice, relaxing day so far. Ready for battle. Oh, hello. Could do with some foodstuffs.
Go on. Finish what we started.
Okay, let's beetle pie. Yeah, we don't have much in the way of stuff that we can turn into mariner's porridge and stuff. It's a bit of a shame. Got lots of grenades and stuff. That might be useful. Take the main plaza. Didn't get to speak with Ludwig then. We need to okay.
Get down!
Don't!
Oh, maybe not. Okay. Time for the big bang. Nice. Max level. I like it. Max level, very nice.
Envoy, what are you doing here? I thought you left town weeks ago.
Can I do anything to
We'll
help?
be fine. We're more stubborn than we look.
Oh, she was one of the people that took us down with the part of the assassination. Maybe you should have left the town weeks ago. Yeah. Oh no, she's she's from the Mermaid's Den. Oh, okay. Are there any survivors?
I saw a few on my way here. I imagine they've been waiting for this to happen for a long time. Listen, one of the Garot's units is scouting up ahead, maybe 5 strong. I wouldn't want to fight them if I were you. Take this key. It'll unlock the gate to the canals. You can thank the captain who forgot it.
Ooh. I appreciate it. I'll be careful.
You shouldn't find much opposition down there. I wish someone had stood up to the Steel Garot a long time ago. But, well, you're here now. That's what matters. Good luck.
Okay. Well, we already kind of beat those dudes.
Who's this? Stop right there!
Let's finish this.
You shouldn't be here.
Never had a chance. Who's next? Anyone?
Benny Potter Bean is right. I don't know which way to go. I mean, I could go down into canals. It would save some resources. So I don't really have a lot, to be honest. Underbelly.
We should go now. The fighting's died down.
Can you not hear the screaming outside?
She's right. We can't go now. Then when? Should we wait till the garrote set this bar alight?
They have thaumaturges out there. You saw them.
And soon there'll be thaumaturges in here.
What if you stayed, Ben? Just until we've cleared a path.
I thought it couldn't get any worse than the Dream Scourge, or that aura. We should be helping Cad. We're soldiers, aren't we?
We are helping. We're helping her.
Envoy! I doubted I'd ever see you again. I imagine I could guess what brings you back to Paradis. I must thank you once again for bringing me the Luminous Adra so long ago.
How did your experiment go?
Oh, it was wonderful. It was a complete failure, of course. But from that failure, I learned much. With some creative exploration, I was able to refine the Adra into a poultice that heals wounds at a fantastic rate.
I can see why that might come in handy in the next several days.
Yes, one almost has the inkling that danger lurks around the corner. I know you have much to do in town, so I'll let you go. Thank you again for everything.
Okay, so where's this door to the canals? Is that where I went down into the water there? Haven't seen a door anywhere else. Let's see. Go and have another quick look round by where our lady friend was. She did say about the canals. Ah.
Hold it.
You've got better aim than a sharpshooter, kid.
Ow. Okay. Well, that didn't take us very far, did it? Oh well. We'll talk to Liviana in a minute.
Come on. You know this. You practice with Uncle Capo.
Fear not the flames of conflict, for they shape all things. Through your strength, she makes her will manifest. Walk in her light and you will find peace.
100 times. Tight, but not too tight. You don't want to cut off the blood flow. Liviana believes in me. I can't afford to let her down.
The fighting has to stop.
What exactly do you think you're doing?
Liviana, don't you ever take a break?
You nearly died in my clinic. Correction, you did die. And now look at you, fighting the steel garrote. What have you got to say for yourself?
Sorry, Liviana. I promise to be careful.
Mm-hmm. I bet you're sorry. Kai, is this your doing?
Come on. I couldn't have kept him out of the action if I wanted to.
I knew you were a bad influence. We're patching up folks as best we can, but I'm not going to sugarcoat it. War is a damn bloody mess.
Anything I can do to help?
Yeah, stop the fighting. I can't say I approve of you leaping into the fray, but it's always nice catching up with a former patient. Wait a second. Jada? Jada Castell? What are you doing in the middle of this?
Surviving. It's good to see you, Liviana. Unfortunately, we're on a tight schedule. Do you need anything? Money? Supplies?
Once this is over, I could always use another pair of hands at the clinic. The invitation's still open.
Thank you, but I've decided to tough it out as an animancer. On my own terms. Can you manage without me?
Are you kidding? I'm happy for you. Besides, I've got Chico on bandage duty. I just wanted you to know there's a place here whenever you want it. Gods be with you, Envoy. For my sake, try not to die a second time. Be seeing you, Envoy.
No supply buying. That's sad. Okay. War is hell. always time to pick mushrooms.
Right side of his head.
Next one's mine. Who's there?
What the actual fuck? Okay, time for the big bad.
Go on. I can take care of the cargo on my own.
I won't let him through!
That'll show him.
Okay. How close are we? Pretty damn
Monica
close.
demands your submission. Stand against her and fall.
That's Ludwig ahead. Lead on. I'm with you.
What a mess.
Okay. We're gonna need a lot of stuff. Stamina.
There you are.
So,
Here we are.
you survived the garden. Did you come all this way just to try your luck again? To kill me more efficiently than last time?
You've died twice by my count. Maybe the third time's a charm.
You'll get your chance.
Then what are you waiting for?
Look around, envoy. Heelguard should have listened. He tried to bring order through compromise. He failed. Order is meant to be imposed by a stern, guiding hand.
Her order wields sharp steel. She must set down her blade.
The living lands will unite and remain free. There's nothing you can do about it.
You can tell Wodaka yourself once we've sent you back to the wheel.
Don't insult my intelligence or my commitment to the cause. Treaties can be burned. The hands which shook over whatever deal you struck can be lopped off at the wrist. As for you, Sapodal's chains are broken, which means your soul is in their grasp. I don't know how deeply you've been compromised, Envoy. And if I don't know, then I cannot suffer you to live.
As usual, you're leaping to conclusions about something you barely understand.
Do not patronize me. I have every right to put down a threat to the Empire. Steel yourself, Envoy. Make this a fight to remember, even in death.
We would not welcome her death. There is still ample shade for her beneath our tree.
Really? If you attack, I won't hesitate to defend myself.
All this time, I knew you'd be worthy prey. Don't let me down. Farewell, Envoy.
There's no coming back this time. Prepare yourself for the next world.
Let's finish this. Together.
Once I'm done killing you, you're...
We are every seed in the soil. We will always grow.
It burns! It burns!
Wodaka! Queen among queens! Send me your aid! And fierce and strong!
Okay. Okay.
Watch your right!
On your right!
Again, Wonica! Help me! One last time!
What? Okay. Okay, bitch features. Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Left flank!
Watch your flank!
One for you!
Where are her minions? You gotta be shitting me. 2 more of them?
Monica! Where are you? No! Don't abandon me! boys. This is it!
Flank!
Another soul for the wheel. Couldn't have done it better.
Wherever Ludwig is now, she must be seething.
Of course, we'd be happy to kill her again, if needed.
She's done. We're not. Whatever's next, we'll face it. Together.
Gods, you're all gonna make me sick. But carry on.
Nice.
Unraveled at last. We no longer feel her wire against our flesh. We are free always. We are free forever.
Silence falls over Paradise, as though the city is holding its breath. Then you hear it, the ringing of a distant bell, the waving of banners, and cheers of victory. After a short and bloody conflict, the dust has finally begun to settle. You feel Sapadal close to your thoughts, stirring with interest. The god of the living lands is observing this moment, unfettered by confusion or fear. For the first time in centuries, they understand. The Paradise militia rallies to you, the outsider who defended them in their hour of need. Whatever happens next, you have won their confidence. You take a moment to reflect on the calm. Not so long ago, you arrived at these shores on a simple errand, which turned out to be anything but simple. The Dream Scourge is over, and the island has been cleansed of plague. A time of healing and mourning follows. People look to you for answers about the source of the affliction. You tell them the truth, how the plague came from a power beyond mortal understanding, and how it is finally at peace. Thanks to you, the Living Lands has escaped Adiran oppression. The free settlements unite under a common banner and begin the fraught process of negotiating new traditions and values. The Empire withdraws. The frontier remains wild, but not for long. Fugitives no more. The rebels of Paradise return to their home and to other free settlements, bringing their skills and secrets wherever needed. For once, they have a future. The refugees of Emerald Stair resettle in Thirdborn, bringing their skills and research to aid the local community. What starts as an uneasy partnership blossoms into a bond of trust. Through shared adversity, they find common ground. In time, the people of Emerald Stair return to their city of Fior Messiverno. Research yields new developments in the struggle against nature. Technology is shared among the united settlements. The Empire cannot get in the way of progress. Though free, Shatterscarp is still haunted by the surviving Dream Thralls after the destruction of Naku Kubel. The routine hunt for the remaining monsters becomes part of Thirdborn's everyday life, another chore atop a hardscrabble existence with few comforts. The youthful make a game of the hunt, retrieving artifacts from the dead to return to those they left behind. Solace Keep clings to its long-held isolation at first. But after mourning her friend Kostya, Mihala reluctantly deigns to open the doors of the fortress. Some dwarves greet newcomers with glee. Others still mutter darkly about outsiders. Mihala flounders in her earliest negotiations with the rest of the living lands, but slowly learns compromise. She develops a taste for Valian sweets. For the first time in many years, Kai feels an agreeable restlessness. Not to flee, not to drift, but to venture. He visits the distant shores Tama told him about, and savors the modern marvels, ancient wonders, and breathtaking expanses he beholds. His heart swells, not with grief, but with awe. There is so much to discover, and he will spend his years chasing all of the joy and beauty the world has to offer him. With many of his anxieties and lifelong fears addressed, Marius now feels very differently than he did when he first met the envoy. Still far more comfortable in the wilds than among people, he nonetheless finds that his worries about the unknown were merely self-protection against the traumas of his childhood. Armed with this knowledge, he finds himself more capable of living in civilization, and far less fearful of his home in Galawain's tusks. While he never regains his former place as a Warden of Solace, he spends his time traveling between Solace and Thirdborn, acting as a stubborn ambassador between the two. Giada continues to improve as an animancer. She dedicates her work to the spiritual health of the living lands, nurturing instead of exploiting. Others follow her example, seeking her tutelage from lands far and wide. In the years to come, rumors spread of a secret society gathering in the wilderness, where animancers work in harmony with nature. The dream of Fior Mes Iverno lives on in her. In a past life, Yahtzee was given a task: protect the history and knowledge of the godless. Now, many lifetimes later, she continues upholding that oath. She moves into the library in the garden, spending her days poring over the clay tablets there. But not even the letters from, and rare visit to, her lover help ease the loneliness that fills her days. Freed from torment for the first time in centuries, Sapadal turns their prodigious curiosity to the people that shaped them. They observe the ways their people live, and they think deeply about what they see. Though they flinch away from moments of violence, and they grieve souls returned to them too soon, the rage that once shook cities to rubble no longer rules them. Instead, they come to you with questions. They want to understand. After a time, they begin, tentatively, to garden. Where they can, they improve the lives of Kith, and the suffering that troubled them is reduced, if never fully eradicated. Their grief compels them to love, and they love unreservedly, with the power of a god. Sapadal pours a fragment of their power into the statue they claimed from the temple of Aethys. Newly embodied, they roam the living lands and learn to experience the world as Kith do. Their first attempts at locomotion are clumsy, and a stand of innocent trees is violently returned to the wheel. But as their confidence grows, so does their grace. Soon, they are bounding across the plains of eastern Dawnshore, leaping the river gorge in Emerald Stair, scaling the shark's teeth of Shatterscarp, and fearlessly wading into the Tusk's acid sea. When they break, they come to you to put them back together. And in time, they learn to fix themselves. They wander far afield. You see less of them, but they are never far from your thoughts. And on the rare occasion they return, they always bring you something beautiful and strange. The sounds of celebration pull you out of reverie. Many are waiting to greet you with open arms. You take a moment to catch your breath and savor it, because everything is about to change.
And they all lived happily ever after until Avowed 2. I don't know, man. Wow. Very, very, very cool game. What can I say that hasn't already been said? Absolutely loved it. We went through pretty much every quest. The one thing that I realised when we were in camp, when we got back to Paradise, was that we didn't do the quest about the star metal, which is a real shame because we couldn't fast travel back. So I'm kind of sad that we couldn't get to do that, but who knows? It was just one little thing that we forgot to forge, and I forgot all about it in Solace Keep. But what a game! Beautifully made, well written, fantastic characters. Hardly ever a dull moment. Yeah, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah. I'm glad I left the final part till tonight as well. I could have done this last night, but it would have been like a couple of hours added on, and that would have been like until about 2 a.m. in the morning, and I'm like, nah, I was just too tired last night. Probably would have tried to rush through it a little bit too much. I've said it before, but yes, brilliant characters, such a cool game. Yeah, it is really good, really, really well written. Obsidian really tend to write some great characters. I really love the Outer Worlds. Some great characters in there. Great writing. The old corporate greed was apparent, but this was definitely a few steps above that. So yeah, thank you very, very much to a most excellent team. Well done, Obsidian. Anything? Development, weddings. Okay. Babies. My God, that's a lot of babies. And more babies. My goodness. Hod? Yeah. Nobody there that I recognize. Matthew Mercer's there. Oh, okay, I recognize Matthew Mercer. Katie Townsend I've heard before. Very nice. Oh boy. Very well done. That's a lot of credits. Well, what an excellent game. Very, very much enjoyed. And I hope you've all enjoyed it too. So over maybe tomorrow and maybe over the next week or so, I'm going to try and get the rest of the VODs downloaded and uploaded to YouTube. I have been trying to get as many as I can done. I think it's that. Yeah. So if you wanted to go back and see any of it, yeah, or any of the other playthroughs that we've done, then YouTube is there. So a little over a week ago, I put up a poll for the next game, and you all decided that it was going to be Styx, Shadows of Darkness. So do you all fancy starting that tonight? Or shall we do something else and leave leave Styx till next Friday? Make your choices. Make your choices. I'm going to go and grab a bathroom break. Enjoy the music for one last time. I'll be right back. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for being here. Okay. I return. Sticks and stones might break your stream and such. Okay. All right. I'm going to have to change some stuff. Styx is such a nice guy. I mean, Goblin. Yeah, absolutely. I just want to dip back into the game and see where this takes us. Will this take us back to the start of the siege? I wonder.